I think honestly, one point in time we could include the turtles, right? The Ninja Turtles. I think for some reason, like everybody we've ever worked with from the Ninja Turtles franchise, specifically, mostly the 1990s movies, but a little bit the animated series as well have been awesome.
We were talking about those guys today. Brian Tochi.
Yes,
we're talking about him today.
Cool. He's like the nicest man alive.
He really is.
Yeah.
And you know what? He will remember your name. I mean, I always find that, cool when people actually remember my name. But like that, he's just so nice and so sweet. And it's like he's just never met a stranger.
It's so Brian, for those who don't know, Brian Tochi was in like Revenge of the Nerds and at least one of the Police Academy movies, but Brian Tochi probably best known for being Leonardo in the Ninja Turtles film trilogy. And we had him back in March at Louisiana Comic-Con. And my 6-year-old daughter came on that Sunday, and she's walking by his table. And I said, "Oh, hey, Brian." Like, he happened to have a break in his line. I said, "Hey, this is my family. This is my wife, Brittany, my daughter, Margot." And he stands up and he goes, "Hey, Margot, do you like Ninja Turtles?" And she's like, "Yeah, I like Ninja Turtles." And he goes, "I'm Leonardo." And Margot goes, "What? Well, do you like pizza?"
What did he say?
He goes, "I love pizza."
Of course he does.
I thought that was great.
Listen, I'm the volunteer coordinator for our shows.
Yeah.
So I have a pretty good relationship with all my volunteers. You guys know this. But I have one special volunteer that comes to some of the shows when she can, and that's my mother, Pam.
Oh, Pam.
Oh my gosh!
A couple of years ago, she came and volunteered for I guess it was for Alabama. It may have been for Alabama Comic-Con, but
yeah,
she was with Brian Tochi, and she was handling for him, and she just loved him. She loved everything. Every time I have her sitting with anybody, she talks about him like for the next, like she still talks about Greg Berger. I had her sitting with Greg Berger one year, and she's still, he's like her favorite human. But she loved Brian Tochi. But after a couple of weeks after the show, she would send me some pictures of her dog. She's got a dog named Frida, and she'd send me pictures of Frida, and they were always blurry every time. And finally I was like, "Mama, like, why are all these pictures blurry?" And she said, "Well, my hands shake so bad." And then I remembered that I had her handling and taking pictures for Brian Tochi. And I was like, "Well, did you take pictures for Brian?" She said, "Yeah, I'd have to take them like 3 or 4 times." I was like, "Well, were they blurry?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "So I'd have to take them like 3 or 4 times." She's like, "I just couldn't control my jazz hands." She's got a little trim. But I was like, "Well, did you check and make sure they were happy with their pictures?" "Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'd have to take like 3 or 4.
Oh.
So anyway, she's banned from handling.
Yeah.
But
that was the end of the handling.
That was the end of it. But she made sure that they were happy with their shaky photos.
So that same weekend, because I'd met Pam a couple times before, and I always thought Pam was a very sweet lady and everything like that. But that was the first time. I think it was like Sunday. Wake up, go down to the coffee shop in the hotel at over there in Birmingham, and
Santos.
A few other Santos, that's right, and a few other people come in, Pam being one of them, and I was waiting on my bagel sandwich and coffee or whatever. So I sit down across from Pam and I start talking to her and chatting with her for a little while, and then Moonbeam, you come over, and you like sit down. And we're talking, you're like, "Oh yeah, you're talking to Pam, whatever." I said, "Yeah." And I looked over at you, I said, "You got away with murder when you were a teenager, didn't you?" I could just sense it immediately.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah. 100%.
Poor Pam.
She still thinks I'm the God's gift to the world. I'm serious. She thinks that I am awesome. And she absolutely, I could do no wrong. growing up, now, anything. And God bless her. I mean, she treats my kids that way too. They can get away with anything with her.
Heck yeah, you should start your own cryptocurrency. No, Mom, I swear it's legitimate. It's not gonna be a scam. I promise.
Right.
Do you want to own one of these awesome 3D printed glow-in-the-dark Ninja Turtles? Well, all you have to do is subscribe to The Humbl Show, make sure you turn on notifications when you do, like this video, and leave a comment down below. Once we hit 100 subscribers, 2 of you are going to take home a turtle.